Hi, and welcome to Face Off. I'm Pete Gigliotti alongside Adam Dobrowolski, Brett Miller, and Rob the Goat Cunningham. How's you guys' weekends?
Not bad. I had a relaxing Saturday and Sunday. Was able to watch some good college football. I actually, though, missed the ending of the Cincinnati Pitt game to finish up on homework. So I left when it was right before the comeback.
Wow.
Bad timing.
Yeah, bad timing on your part. What about you, Brett?
I actually worked at a cheerleading competition.
Oh.
It was dreadful.
Was it like competitive or?
It was a national competition, and the winners got bids to a world competition.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Good for them. I wasn't impressed, personally. My thing about cheerleading is they only have to be athletic for 2 minutes at a time. 2.5 minutes were their routines.
Okay.
So, not a great weekend.
All right, fair enough. What about you, Rob?
On Saturday, I braved the rain and snow and watched my high school in the South Jersey Group 4 championship game, and they lost, unfortunately. But
No shock.
it's good.
They need the GOAT on the team.
Yeah, no goat.
No GOAT, no win. All right, let's move on to our topics, guys. The governor of Florida wants the Jacksonville Jaguars to pick up Tim Tebow. So I'll take it in for a second. Adam, what do you make of this?
What I make of this? Well, I would just tell the governor to mind his own business, quite frankly. I understand you're trying to get ticket sales. Again, the Jaguars were in the 40,000s against the Texans. Of course, you have the big name Tim Tebow from college football, probably the most recognizable Florida Gators figure in school history, but still, you leave the personnel decisions up to the franchise itself. And right now at quarterback, you have David Garrard, who in my opinion, he's very efficient. He's a good quarterback. He's done a great job this year. I believe he only has 6 interceptions. So if you're Wayne Weaver, if you're the owner of the Jaguars and you think, well, I need to boost ticket sales, then I'll pick up Tebow in the 2nd or 3rd round. But if not, do what's best for the team. And if you happen to move out of Jacksonville, then so be it.
Wow.
I think that the governor of Florida needs to stick to his job. His job is to run the state of Florida. The general manager of the Jacksonville Jaguars, it's his job to make personnel decisions regarding that football team, all right? I think it would be great if Tim Tebow were, for some reason, to stay in Florida. If I were in charge of deciding where people went, I'd put him in Miami because that would make them that much more exciting to watch. But they've got a pretty established Wildcat system already. They don't need another Wildcat quarterback. But no, mind your own business, man. That's not your job.
I understand the team is struggling to sell tickets. However, you're the governor of a state. You have no business worrying about sports teams. You have an entire state to take care of. Yeah, Tim Tebow could sell tickets, be in Florida, it'd be exciting for the fans to watch. But he's only going to be more of a Wildcat player. I don't see him being a true NFL quarterback. They have David Garrard, who is a good quarterback. I can see him just hand him the ball off 5-6 times a game, maybe have him throw two passes, just a role player.
And I will say this, if Tebow gets drafted for the Jaguars, he's probably going to be in that role. And are the fans going to be that excited to see Tebow 10 snaps a game 2 or 3 years down the line?
Nope.
No, exactly. I completely agree with that. So by that time, the Jaguars are still going to be in the same position. So if it's not working out for the Jaguars, you're going to have to think about a move nonetheless.
My biggest issue is Tebow's not a pocket passer. He's a scrambling quarterback and then throws the ball. That's very scary because if you bring him into Jacksonville, where they do have a very decent running game, and you want to go more of a passing-oriented offense, that's great. MJD's good at catching the ball, but he's not. That's not his strength. His strength is bouncing out to the outside and bolting for the end zone.
And on that note, MJD, Maurice Jones-Drew, is also a great pass blocker. He may be the best pass-blocking running back in the league. And if you have a guy running around all over the place and you don't know where he's going, that's pretty much taking away your effective pass blocker for when a quarterback's in the pocket.
Exactly. It would be a waste of a pick. All right, let's move on. The Bears have an offensive coordinator spot open. Who are your candidates? Who do you think will fit in there the best? Let's start off with the GOAT.
I have a couple names that I came up with. Some of them maybe, sensical. Some of them may be stretching it a bit. Charlie Weiss, Mike Holmgren, Mike Martz, Denny Green, Mike Tice, Steve Mariucci, Mike Sherman, Brian Billick. But there is, I believe, a dark horse in this race. That's Mike Shanahan. If he's willing to come back as just a coordinator, he knows Jay Cutler. He had him in Denver. I think he could do some good things with Matt Forte. And Denver, every Denver running back could rush for 1,000 yards no matter who it was because of his system. And I think Mike Shanahan could do some things with that Bears offense.
I think Shanahan is a true dark horse in this. I honestly don't think he's got it. Would I love to see it happen? Absolutely. Shanahan's an amazing coach. He'd be an incredible offense coordinator for the Bears. I think Charlie Weiss is the most logical candidate for this job. But
I will actually go with the former Cutler coach mode, but I will not go with Mike Shanahan. I will go with Cutler's old offensive coordinator, Rick Dennison. He was the coordinator of the Denver Broncos from 2006 to 2008. Those were the years that Jay Cutler played with Denver. And while Cutler wasn't a quarterback who got the Broncos to the playoffs, he was a quarterback that got Denver up and down the field. He struggled in the red zone, but besides that, he made Denver one of the best offenses in yards per game last year. I think if Dennison comes to Chicago and becomes the offensive coordinator, Cutler may get that offense good enough where if the defense can rebound when Brian Urlacher comes back, this Bears team may actually be able to live up to their potential.
I think this is a huge opportunity for Charlie Weiss. I'm going to agree with Brett. I think this is a huge opportunity for him because if he can get this job, he's trying to save his career at this point. He left the Patriots' cushy offensive coordinator's job to go to Notre Dame where he thoroughly blew it as a head coach. He needs to try and get back into the NFL as a coordinator and then try to rebuild from there. He's a millionaire at this point. He won't be for much longer at this rate.
And at that, he has to do it with someone who's not involved in the Belichick tree. So this
Correct.
would be a good idea because this is not the Belichick tree. Right now, your head coach is Lovie Smith, who came in the Tampa 2 system with Tony Dungy. So it'd be a little bit different. I know you don't think, well, Tony Dungy and Lovie Smith, they don't really connect the two together except for Super Bowl 41. But if Weiss was able to get this offense good and make Cutler less of a gunslinger and more of a quarterback, he will have his name back in head coaching discussions, but probably in the NFL.
Yeah, I don't think this would be a bad move for Charlie Weiss. This is a coordinator's job that I think would be extremely beneficial towards him because you're not going to walk into another system where there's an established quarterback. You're going to walk into where or maybe a rookie or a second, you're walking in with maybe somebody only as good as a potential backup. So I think this is a huge opportunity for him. Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's go over to the NFC East.